Hey, Cigarity here. Hope you're doing well. I thought, let's do a video in the evening. It's just a beautiful, beautiful night here in the Carolinas. It's in the mid-60s, no wind, nothing to screw up here on the back porch. The cold spell's kind of gone by. And I've had a few stinkers this week, man. Just a couple cigars. My go-tos just must have got a couple duds. They just didn't smoke well, or they tasted like shit. Maybe I screwed them up somehow, but nonetheless, I said, what doesn't fail me? And you know what it is? It's the broadleaf. Whether it's Pennsylvania or Connecticut broadleaf, I love them both, but it smells so good. And it's this is an ENCLAVE Broadleaf, AJ Fernandez, which I'm a big fan of the Dorado and the Decennial, but I've never had his broadleaf offerings. And I'll tell you, I've kept the humidity a little high on this. I wanted just a lot of depth and flavor, and I thought maybe the lower humidities I've been at aren't working, and we went through that cold spell, so I've kicked on my heat, and I think that could have affected the cigars. But nonetheless, we're going with this tonight. I'm really excited. I've never had the ENCLAVE. I've heard a lot about it. It is, of course, Connecticut broadleaf with a bunch of Nicaraguan tobaccos inside. Oh my gosh, it should be a dandy. Oh, on the light up, just exploding with flavor. Deep, dark, rich, silky sweetness on the tongue and lips and palate. Wow, this is exactly what I needed. Man, oh man. Oh yeah. Getting that spice on the lips. Just deep, rich flavor. Yeah, there's a sweetness to it. I haven't identified it yet, but definitely sweet, spicy on the lips. Rich. Oh. Who would have known? I didn't. You guys probably did. Now, I put this in a very small humidor with a little bit higher humidity. It's sitting at about 65% at the foot and 66 at the cap. It's probably gonna burn a little slow. It is just rich with flavor of like a dark dried fruit to me. Great spiciness. I love the spicy it's mostly on my lips and the sides of my tongue. The smoke is very, very rich and creamy. And this is a very reasonable cigar. It's just $10, so very good deal. This is the Toro. I think it's a 6x54, I think. And the ENCLAVE Broadleaf. Man, loving it. Now on the retrohale, it delivered quite a kick of spice, but on the palate, I'm getting like a deep, dark, rich, almost like a brownie taste on my palate. It's really highly enjoyable. Man, I have not dug on a broadleaf in a while. I'm just loving it. It's what I needed. What you all smoking tonight? What's your favorite broadleaf? Let me know. You might know I have some nice cigars coming in this week, and what's knocking my socks off? A $10 ENCLAVE Broadleaf Toro. Man, just very dark, rich, and oily wrapper. It is a charmer. And then I always like AJ's bands. I love the band on the Dorado. I think it's such an attractive band with that mustard yellow, but this is really nice. Always like the gold popping. Not bad for a Tuesday night. Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? I wonder if that's a copyright infringement if I sing that. Man. So beautiful, beautiful white ash. Burn line's pretty damn good. It's burning really well. I was, again, worried with the higher humidity on this, but you know, you're your darker wrappers absorb moisture very, very well. You know, your Connecticut's tend to need a little more humidity because they don't hold it as well as a darker colored wrapper. I learned that from a Steve Saka interview. Man, tons of flavor. She's a bad mamma jamma. So one of the tools that I use, and I'm sure for you guys have been doing this a long time with cigars, you're already into this, but man, it's been a lifesaver. Is these Govies, temperature and humidity. I have one in each of my humidors, which is, I have three. I have an old Spanish cedar humidor I've had for a couple decades. I bought a thermoelectric humidor, a Need one, over the summer. And then my most consistent humidor is my Tupperdoor. That thing is 68 degrees, 67% humidity, never changes. Where I have had, man, a lot of jumping around with my Need one. So anyway, the Govee, they're great. You have an app on your phone. You can check all your humidors. You can do it. You can get a better one that's connected to Wi-Fi, and you can check the humidity of your humidors wherever you travel. And then I'm just cheap. I got a Bluetooth, and if I'm near my house, I know what's going on. But they are great. They're nice and tiny. Yeah, get you some. Pop them in your humidor. It's amazing. Just got a really pronounced sharp note of cocoa, which I'm sure is tagging off of that brownie flavor. Some good sweetness. No woodiness really. No coffee. Just this brownie and cocoa. Sugary. I don't know if I would say a brown sugar. Just a sweetness. It's really delectable. It's humming. This is just what I needed, man, tonight. I think I've said that already, but man, I did. I was had a meeting at the end of the day and just beat. I was like, man, the cigar I had last night just sucked ass. It was just so shitty. And you know what? There's nothing that can ruin your evening. Like, I didn't have enough time to find a better one, so I had to go to bed, you know, after having a shitty cigar. And it's just the pits, man. All right, we just got my first note of cedar. Definitely a cedar wood. And the sweetness now is kind of reminding me of like a molasses cookie you have like at Christmas time with, like, I don't get the ginger tone, but definitely a molasses. Still a nice, dark, rich taste on my palate. Really impressed with this, you know, and like I said, I love the Jacob's Ladder Brimstone, which actually AJ Fernandez manufactures those for Southern Draw. You know, I like the Tabernacles, but this is definitely going to be part of my broadleaf portfolio. This is really a very good cigar. I highly recommend it. I really do. If you haven't had it, give it a shot. I'm just so glad. Like I said, just going through a real couple days of shit ski with some bad cigars, and this is saving the whole week right here. So, something about the cigar idiot. He loves, yes, I'm talking in the third person, Las Vegas. Love Las Vegas. Most years I go out 3 times a year. In 2011, I took my wife out there for the first time. We weren't married yet, but it was her audition. If she didn't like Vegas, there was no need for her to marry me. But anyway, one of my rules, one of my pet peeves even, is I never, ever, ever hit on 16. I don't do it, and it's served me well. I'd say I won more than I lose by doing that. And the one thing on my cigar journey that I rarely do, I'm sure some people are going to give me a lot of shit about this, but I rarely smoke deep into the final third of a cigar or even into the final third. I just don't love it. And for me, for my $10, the first third paid for itself, paid for the cigar. It was amazing. Those incredible, deep, rich chocolatey brownie notes, sweetness, spice. It's really good. The second third still had some of those notes, lost them a little bit. The cedar wood really kicked up. I enjoy that. But for me, the final third, and I'm not knocking anybody who loves it or judges their cigars on it, but you can't tell me when you pull smoke through a stick 80 to 100 times that that final third's going to taste good. And it just never has to me. So I rarely smoke the final third. And it will be no different with this. I'm enjoying it. We're going to get through the second third easy, and I'm going to be done. I only have a few select cigars that I go all the way. A Sober Mesa Brulee, Sober Mesa Wagashi, Jacob's Ladder. I go down into the final third. That's about it. Nothing's knocked my socks off when I give it that chance. And it's the same here. I'm totally knocked off my feet with this cigar. For $10, it's a great deal. So anyway, I'm getting ready to end it here. Give the AJ Fernandez ENCLAVE Broadleaf, give it a shot if you haven't. I am definitely going to put it in my portfolio with my Micaritas and my Jacob's Ladders and the Brimstone and Tabernacle. And it's really just upon your mood, right? But this thing has been great. I really enjoyed it. It made my day. Like I said, been going through a string of stinkers, and this is what I needed. So I've had a great time. By the way, I want to really thank you all for tuning in. My channel's grown so much in the last week. I'm getting some great comments, great questions, and I really don't mind any comments that are, hey, I think this. And cigars are subjective. It's like art. I love Jackson Pollock. Love his art. My wife probably thinks it looks like Walt Disney threw up all over a canvas. And that's fine, right? It's beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Same for the cigar. So, if you love the final third, that's great, and I'm happy for you. If you think the cigar sucks, that's great. This one was great. I had a really good time tonight. But again, thank you all for tuning in. I've been having such a good time in 2025 with this channel. It's not that old. It's only about 9-10 weeks old. Having a great time. Can't thank you enough. We'll talk to you soon. Look forward to it.